The perfect friendship. The person you trusted the most was hiding a secret that could destroy your life. You laugh at the memory of late-night drives. You remember inside jokes, bar stools, and the way they showed up when you needed them. 10 years of birthdays and broken hearts. They were the person you called first, the one who always had your back. You can picture their apartment, the chipped mug, the crooked poster. You believe them, because belief is easier than suspicion. This is home. This is safety. Until the first strange thing. Level 2. The first warning signs. At first, it's tiny. You notice a missed call at 2:18 a.m. You shrug it off. Then there are more nights they vanish. A sudden new watch. A flash of cash they can't explain. A text that disappears the moment you walk in. You see a silhouette leaving their building. Too fast. You ask. They say work. You want to believe the answer. At first, you ignore the signs. Because believing your best friend was hiding something was harder than believing the evidence. Level 3. The discovery moment. One evening you're cleaning their place when a drawer catches on something. A false bottom. You almost close it. Curiosity pulls you in. Inside, a stack of envelopes. Names you don't know. Handwritten notes. A USB drive taped to the underside. Your heart thuds. You don't open it right away. You tuck it into your pocket and leave like nothing happened. But now, you carry the weight of a secret. That night, you replay every conversation. Every midnight disappearance. You tell yourself, there's a reason. Level 4. Open loops. The chase begins. You plug the USB into your laptop. Files, photos, videos, faces you don't recognize, locations tagged near docs, a log of payments, a single name repeats. You try to trace it. Dead end. You think, maybe they're involved in a scam. Maybe it's paperwork. Then a video plays. It's them, in a dark warehouse, counting stacks of cash. Your stomach drops. You thought that was the secret. But you were wrong. The next morning, a fresh text. Lunch at 1. Got something to tell you. Do you show up or run? Level 5. Escalation. You go to lunch. They smile like sunshine. They talk about a promotion. Their hand brushes yours, unchanged. But you're different now. That night, a knock at their door. 2 men, plain faces, urgent eyes. They ask for your friend by another name. Your friend answers. Calm, you freeze. You see the same watch, the same practiced smile. You realize the stakes are higher than you imagined. The men leave with a warning. You weren't supposed to be involved. Now, you are. Level 6. The moral conflict. You sleep, but not well. You weigh choices like rocks in your hand. Protect the person who saved you from the bad days. Expose them, and watch the life you knew shatter. They were there when you needed them. But are you complicit if you stay silent? You find a notebook with dates and addresses. One entry is tonight. You confront them. They break. Not with arrogance, but with a tired honesty. They tell you a story you didn't expect. They were in debt. Someone threatened them. They chose jobs that paid quick and dirty. They say it was temporary. They promise it will end. You want to believe them. You also see the danger, clear as a blade. Level 7. The big reveal. You decide to dig deeper. You follow an address from the notebook. A warehouse on the river. Security cameras. The smell of oil and rust. You watch from behind a pillar. You see them again. Not counting cash this time. They are trading a box to a woman in a professional coat. You catch a flash of a child's drawing taped to the box. Your friend's handwriting is on the corner. You want to run toward them, to grab the box and demand answers. You step forward and a light clicks on. They look up. You're seen. They step outside. They don't raise a hand. They tell you the truth. Finally. This isn't just a quick cash hustle. They were laundering money for a ring that threatened their family. The contracts say, cooperate or disappear. They use the name of the people who hurt them to buy time. They were trying to fund a plan to get a loved one out. They weren't monsters. They were desperate. But desperation had a price. Pattern interrupt. A new twist. You think you understand. Then a police siren slices through the night. Lights flood the warehouse. Armed officers. Flashing blue. Someone tipped them off. Your friend looks at you like a pleading question. You have seconds. Tell the cops everything or stay silent. If you talk, you crush the plan that might have saved an innocent. If you stay quiet, you hide evidence of illegal acts. Both choices carry blood on them. The decision you shout. You tell the officers to hold. You say there's been a mistake. Your voice sounds small in the chaos. Your friend is cuffed anyway. They mouth a single word. Listen. You take a breath and listen. Through the noise, a file falls open on a folding table. Blueprints. Names. A ledger with dates matching those in the drawers. Not all of it implicates your friend. Some names are bigger. You realize they were a small gear in something much larger. Final confrontation. At the station, you sit across from them in a cold room. They look exhausted. They say they wanted to protect you by keeping you away from the worst of it. You ask, why lie for so long? They answer, who would you have been if you had known? You imagine a different you, angry, betrayed, safer perhaps, but lonelier. You face a decision that will define you, help them, and you risk your freedom. Turn them in, and you risk destroying the person who kept you alive through bad nights. The aftermath. You don't pick an easy path. You make the one that feels like the truth. You meet with a detective who seems interested in the larger ring. You pass on the ledgers. Limited immunity is offered in exchange for cooperation. They warn you. This will change everything. Your friend gets a reduced sentence and a plan to enter witness protection if they testify. They cry when you say you'll help. Not with relief alone, but with grief for what was lost. Ending. The long shadow. Years later, you stand alone at a memorial of ordinary days. You keep the chip mug. You replay the choices like weather. You help stop something bigger. You also lost the version of them you knew. You saved a life and broke another. Sometimes the memory is sharp. Other times, it's soft and full of forgiveness. You still wonder about simple things. Their laugh, the way they said your name. And you still ask yourself, in the quietest hour, did you really know your best friend? Or did you only know the version they wanted you to see? What would you have done? Who would you become after the truth? Your answer lives in the echo. Choose wisely. The world will make you live with it.